Well, I decided to come out and take a little late night stroll, look to see how my caterpillar was doing. And you see, there's no beautiful caterpillar there now. I don't know. I hope that he just moved off a little ways and he's probably around here somewhere. I hope nothing saw him and ate him. But I guess that moment's gone. It's a good thing I got him on video earlier. I'll keep looking. Maybe I'll find another one. Now we'll get to some real gardening video making. Yeah, homesteading. Your typical garden video, right? Look at my pepper. This is my cayenne, my will it grow cayenne pepper. Yeah, I've got babies coming on now. That's awesome. I'm excited. Oh, but now the time has come. The peppers that will it grow gave me these little triplets here. I have to perform the dreaded operation. I've got to separate the triplets. I'm a little worried. They're so pretty. I'm afraid of damaging them. So I'm going to take you over here where I got a little more light and show you how I do this. Y'all cross your fingers. And there won't be no more critter foolishness. We'll just have straight gardening videos. Yes, this is just going to be one of those days. I was not ready to see this. You remember my trouble with the cats? Well, one of the cats came over here and they have killed some of my babies. Some of my red mulberry trees. Dang it. I forgot what I had learned over there. I should have laid thorns down on here. Should have protected it. And just like that, cats got to it and scratched up all those babies. At least not all of them though, just a few of them. But you know, that hurts right there. Anybody want a cat? I'll get to the important part of the episode now. It's going to be one of those days. It's one of those days where you can't find your trowels. You can't find your tools. Dadgummit. And I see a tadpole down at the bottom of that. Dang it. There's a couple of tadpoles in places I didn't think I had tadpoles. I guess I ought to know better than that by now. That'll be okay. I'll put him in the pond afterwards. Can't find my trowels. So I'm going to use this to dig up around my pepper there. Yeah, this is a lawnmower blade that I found buried here when I went to clean it up. You know, I got other plans for it, but today it's going to be a digging trowel. And what do you think about this over here? Y'all seen this before, some of you in my older episodes, how I broke it one day. I hope you like it, because that's where y'all going to be hanging off of watching me. Oh, yeah, this is a mess here. It's a lot like pulling weeds. You want to pull your weeds when they're small. You don't want to wait till they're big. When they're big, it's more of a problem. If I had gone ahead and separated these back when they were smaller, I would have been in much better shape. But I thought to myself, well, maybe I can just let them all three grow together. And that wouldn't have been the right thing. Peppers can really do a great job of growing if you give them enough space. They can get to be big plants. And many people overwinter these and keep them going all year long. One of them is Eric Hale. He had a video the other day and showed how he's got a bunch of peppers that he's kept for 3 years. And he's not in the tropics. He's right here in America, out in Mississippi. If I remember right, he's in Mississippi. Yeah, but you got to keep them warm during the winter, and that's what I plan on doing with these and some other ones. I want to keep them going all year. So, let's see. On this day of ups and downs, let me take out my little marker there that John most certainly wrote. Oh me. I'm going to stay well away from the side, well away from the center here. I know that they're spreading out their roots, but they probably haven't got their roots out this far yet. And I'm going to go ahead. You see what I'm doing here, this technical process with the lawnmower blade. If you don't have one, I suggest you go to a junkyard and get one of these. This is what all the good gardeners are using now. Used, rotten, rusted lawnmower blades. Trowels are a thing of the past. You know, it's all about post-apocalyptic gardening now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and get y'all set up to watch how I separate these out. Y'all seen my potato boat. Now you see my pepper boat. Oh, y'all please keep your fingers crossed for me, because I got 10 of them, and I ain't sure that's enough. So I tell you what, these really look close, joined up here. What I'm doing is I put it up under the water and just fanning the roots, getting rid of all the loose soil there. This is what I do with any other plants that I need to separate. It's all about water. Where there's water, there's life, or a chance for life. The water really does help separate things out. You know, the waters of life. Everything comes out in the wash, right? There's a lot of old sayings. A lot of old sayings about water. Something very important to us all. Get rid of some of this vermiculite. Now, a lot of people don't know, I didn't at one time. If you're new to gardening, the white stuff that you see in potting soil, most of the time, that's going to be vermiculite. It's a volcanic rock. It's almost like ash. But what I'm doing is just simply, very gently, just untangling these roots. You know, it's like they got a bad case of peanut butter in their hair or something. Oh, or peanut butter, no. Maybe somebody got glue in their hair. Pretty girl done got their hair all stuck together somehow. We ain't gonna cut the hair. We are gonna just kind of gently work that tangle out. You know, I'm glad I don't have all that hair. Oh, I had long hair at one time. Had it for, I don't know, I had long hair for about a year or two. Great big old full beard. Looked like Grizzly Adams. Only I had a bald spot, so a ponytail was more like a horseshoe. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing murder. John, will it grow? I'm doing murder to these peppers. I know I should have separated them out like a smart man. I should have done that. Like a smart gardener, I should say. I should have done that when I first got them. Dang it. You weren't here. You weren't at my place. Tell you what, John, if I can do this, it's gonna be a miracle. These are in here tight. In here very tight. Ooh. But you see what I've done though? I've taken it, you know, nice and gently to the point to where it's just a mass of roots cleaned off. This video is gonna get long. Let me keep teasing at these off camera, and I'll bring you back for the results. And already you have no idea how many times I've done washed and wiped off my hands trying to make this video. Or all day. Good news. Today, Mr. Caterpillar, he's back. He appears to be still working here. I guess last night he must have gone out to eat or something. But he is actively still working on a cocoon. But there's something else active working out here too, and that's a bunch of wasps. That's worrying me. I guess what happens is at night he goes out and eats, gets full, and comes back and starts spinning the cocoon during the day. I don't know if y'all can hear my stomach growling, but it just did really big. But anyhow, that makes me feel good. But the wasps, I like watching them hunt for the other caterpillars, but this one's special to me. I may have to do something here. What do y'all think? Should I capture this? Should I take this tulip poplar and give this tiger, eastern tiger swallowtail butterfly caterpillar an artificial home to where he can be safe and we can watch him? Or do we just let nature take its course? Beautiful. I'd love to see it go through its change. I'd love to show that with you. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Well, what I should have done was just let the camera roll, because it was only about another minute before I was able to get these separated. That's some good healthy roots. This one here's a little bit on the light side, but these two here look great. And this one, and I really don't think that I've damaged them too much. When you use the water, it gives everything that zero G effect. It helps remove all the dirt from them and make it as easy for you as possible. So now I've just got to get these potted back up. And what I'll do is I'll pot one of them. I'm going to put these down in here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use the one that's challenged with its roots a little bit. The runt. We'll give the runt of the litter the biggest hand, biggest help. All right, get this water out of the way. Oh, this pains me. But the peppers look good. They look good and healthy. And I don't think there'll be a problem. This one is going to go right back into this already prepared soil. And the other two, I'll pot them up in another bucket. One thing I want to do is to make sure that I've got it wet. Always, when you're doing potting, repotting, unpotting, anything like that, use water. That is the best thing you can do. It's that zero G effect I keep talking about. I've spoken about that a couple of times in different episodes. All right, so now we got some good action right there. That right there is about zero gravity as you can get. All of that is nice, wet, and it lets the soil work around the roots, the soil to run into the roots, you know, and give it a good stress-free way to be there. Let me see, we forgot one thing. I forgot one thing. So where is this? Okay, the roots. We've got to put this, got to remember. There we go. Put your stake in first. Okay. Now since these little roots are kind of small, it's really going to need that stake right there. It is really going to need that. Okay. Now, like I've said many times, there's, you know, a lot of folks have gardening experience, some don't. We're all at different levels. So if I take it, you know, to something that you already know, well, that's okay. Maybe I can show you a butterfly or something like that. That'll interest you. I hope so. Well, that right there, we're going to call that one done. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more dirt on there in a minute, but for the purposes of being able to make a video today, that's what we're going to leave it as. Let me see. I got something else I got to do if I've got some time. Something very important to us. Important to me and important to everybody else. Our little helpers. Now look at that tadpole. He's sitting there eating that little sweat bee that made its way in there. He's been pushing it around and nibbling on its legs for the last little bit. If you can see him, I hope you can. I've got one of his bigger cousins right there that I'm trying not to anger. Don't know what he's doing in there. Let me get this show on the road. I'm going to do is first kind of clean this glass up just a little bit. I don't know how much good it'll do, but I'm going to try. That'll be better. But we're not going to sit through that little boring episode. I'm going to take it to Warp 9, number 1. Warp 9. Well, that's a little cleaner. Just a little bit. I can see a little bit better. Yeah. They can get a little bit more sunlight and see the action. I tell you what, ever since I was a child, I have never outgrown my love for nature and the wild things. And it absolutely tickles me to be a grown man now and to be able to incorporate the things of nature into my property and to help them. When I help nature, she helps me back. And so this tank here is full of my little helpers. And I said that we're gonna use this tank to honor our little helpers, the ones that make it so much better for us, the ones we do everything for. We do everything in the world for our kids to try to help keep them safe and raise them up, and hopefully we can all do things together as a family. And it absolutely warms my heart up when I see that on several people's videos. And so let me honor back you folks and your families. Now, always when I do this, anything with the kids, we want to keep everybody safe, so we'll only go with first names, you know, something like that, or nicknames. And they come from very special homesteads or YouTube channels, different places. And I think there's other things that I want to do to shout out homesteads, but this is just for our little helpers, okay? So let's see. I said the first one is Dr. Ricky. Now you know, don't hate me, Dr. Ricky, because you almost a grown man now, but you inspired me to do this. So I'm going to put you up here, okay? You're not a little helper. You're a big helper, dude. You are an enormous amount of help to the bull out there. You two are partners. All right, so there's Dr. Ricky. Now, I've got a few other names here. We're going to put down here Violet, Max, and Emma. Well, let's see. No, Violet and Max first. Violet and Max. Now, as I'm seeing this, I'm noticing that we're covering up the front of this. Violet. Now, I hope I get all your names right. If I misspell your name, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Max. I tell you what, these are some helpers that's got some great names. I love these names. Dr. Ricky, Violet, and Max. Let's see. Now, we've got Emma, Aiden, and Macy. Let's see, yeah. Emma. Let's see here. Oh, it's strange looking at it through the camera. Emma and Eden. And I just heard something about these girls. One of the girls, whose names is right here, they jumped up and went to feed their frogs. They have a frog farm they got, a little frog habitat. And one of these ladies here, let's see, it might have been Macy. I forget now. But I heard, let me make sure I'm not missing an E if it needed. Okay, there's a Y. All right. Now one of these ladies here jumped up and fed her frogs, her little tadpoles. They've got them a frog habitat there on their homestead. I tell you, this is going to be a long episode. I know it is, putting all these pieces together. But honoring our little helpers is something that I think we can agree is worth the extra time. Give them some special recognition. Now I've got something else planned. I hope that we can fill up all the glass on here, but permanent marker on this glass may not be too permanent. So I'm coming up with some different ideas, something that'll last a little longer. But I think that for today, one thing we don't want to last longer is this episode. It's already long enough, and I appreciate each and every one of you, especially all the little helpers. Pretty soon, these little helpers are going to be going out and eating all my bugs. And I tell you what, I hope that all you folks and all you little helpers are doing great tonight, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So, good night from Homestead Aquarius. I'll see you tomorrow. More thing, he's still here. It's 7 o'clock in the evening, and I really want to know what I should do with this. I'm leaning toward go ahead and capturing him and the branch that he's on and just watching him and keeping him safe. Let me know what y'all think.